Ooh, you're gonna get booted here, sir.
Excuse me, dog.
Step over him.
Just gotta step over the dog. All right.
You're still helpful.
Oh, why are you sitting so low? Because you're in.
Because I'm in the.
You make me want to be like. All right, guys.
Here, hold on. Ready? I'll sit on the edge, and maybe it'll. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah, this looks. Your chair is much lower. Anyways, okay. See, that's why we like doing these videos, because these are unedited, just raw.
Are you comfortable, sir?
The dog's in the way. Can't see it. All right, guys. So this is going to be a video on the VXL Series 2 that we're gonna crack off here pretty soon, and also introducing another class. Hence why the truck bodies are here. Yeah. So we're gonna start off with the rules. Actually, I'm going to start off with thanking everybody that's been part of these races, that's part of the group, the guys that come out and gals and the kids that come out. So we want to thank you guys for being a part of this. We do this for you guys. It's just to go out and have some fun with RC cars and stuff. So again, thank you guys for coming out and being part of this and being part of the first series. And yeah, here we go with Series 2. So what do we got?
For you.
You zoomed it. Cool. It's my blind butt. All right. Valenian guidelines. So take 13 to 13 and a half inch wheelbase. That's pretty much standard. So some of these are going to be repetitive, and then the additions or what we've taken away is towards the end of the list. I'm just going to go over each rule quickly so you guys kind of have an idea. I know there was a lot of questions after the last time you guys didn't understand. So 13 to 13 and a half inch wheelbase, that's basically from the center of a wheel nut to the center of the wheel nut. You need to be within that measurement. That's pretty much any short course car that's out there, chassis, so the Drag Slash, the Low C22S, the DR10. Yeah, so 13 to 13 and a half inch wheelbase, 2S battery. We're allowing 8.44 volts max. If you come up during our tech, and your 846, when you're ready to race, you get one chance to burn it off. If not, you're DQ'd. We haven't had that issue, so shouldn't see that being a problem. Tire rule is going to stay in effect. So the Proline Reaction orange or blue tire is the only tire that is allowed, with the exception of if you have a box stock setup. So if you have a Traxxas Slash, a DR10, a Low C22S, and you come out and that's a box stock ready to run type of deal, you can run the tires that are on those. So this is a Traxxas Drag Slash. You can run the factory tire that comes off of it. Same thing with the DR10 or the Low C22S. Those are allowed. You can even run those on your regular car, even if it's not box stock. You can run those tires as well if you choose. Wheelie bar. Wheelie bar is 100% optional, just like it was last time. You do not have to have a wheelie bar. I use a wheelie bar just for holding it during a burnout. Doesn't really do much of effect with my setup, but I know it does help others. So wheelie bar is completely optional. Plastic tub chassis is definitely okay. Carbon chassis is okay still at this time. We talked about removing the carbon chassis and going to a plastic tub, but being that we have other rules that help level the playing field, like the tire and adding weight, that kind of thing, it seems to really even it out. So plastic tub is okay. Carbon chassis is okay. Aluminum chassis is okay. The 2,300 gram weight limit is still in effect. So you have to be 2,300 grams or heavier. Some of these Traxxas deals that come out, man, some of these are pigs, but man, they get down. They are quick. I know we had a guy out, Steve, I want to say Mattis, so I'm sorry if I say your last name wrong, came out with a Drag Slash, literally just changed the tires on it, add a little bit of weight to it, and geared it, and that thing was quick. He went to the semifinals with that deal. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty impressive with what it was. Very minimal work to that truck, and it worked really, really good. So
for the changes.
And now for the changes, guys, there are no more Pro Mod bodies. So no Corvette bodies, no, I don't even know all the names of these bodies because there's so many of them that are out there. I look at it this way. If it's not something that you can go buy off of the dealership parking lot, then it must be a Pro Mod. So If you can't go there and buy it off the lot and go drive it away, then it's you can't run a pro mod body. It needs to be a classic style. Either it's a pickup, if it's a Malibu, it's the Chevy body, the Mustang. Their Proline makes a bunch of them. So does J Concepts. The only body that was kind of iffy about was the J Concept C10 version. That truck body is kind of a mixture of something standard, but then it looks pro mod ish as well. So we just decided to say that one's not even allowed. So the Proline C10, which is this one here, which is perfect, fits the rules. Doesn't come with a wing. It might actually come with a wing out of the bag, but I don't remember. The same with the Traxxas drag truck. You can use that truck body as well. What did I say? Malibu, the Chevy 2, the Nova, the Mustang body. There's a couple different Mustang bodies out there. The DR10 body, you can run this one as well. The Falcon. So there's a bunch of different ones. So, I mean, use your best judgment. If you're not really sure if you have a body that you want to use, put it up on the page. We'll respond to it. You can message me directly. We'll respond to it, let you know if that's allowed or not. But use good judgment on this guy. Classic hot rod is what we're looking for. The factory wing that comes with whatever body that you purchase or have is allowed. No more big wings. So these big plastic wings, no longer allowed. Nothing against the individual that makes these. He does a fantastic job, but for this particular class, no more big wings. So if it's what's that?
They're not necessary.
Yeah, they're not necessary. I mean, for the speeds that we're running, guys, the wings doesn't seem to do any good. I've tried it with or without, and I haven't seen any favorable differences. So if you have, like, for example, I'll use a DR10. So if you have a DR10 box stocks type deal, it comes with the wing that's on the body. This wing is allowed. Same thing with the Traxxas truck. This wing is allowed. The Malibu comes with its own version. A lot of them do. So that wing is allowed. It's, literally, I think it's a couple inches that come off the deck lid. That's fine. But the big ones with the big spoons on the side and that kind of thing, no longer allowed, guys. What do we got?
VXL Valenian.
Same rule applies for the VXL Valenian ESC setup. You can't change any wires. You can change the battery connector to compensate for whatever type of battery that you're using. But as far as motor wires and everything else, that is not allowed. You cannot change that. It has to be intact. Same with the motor wires; those need to be intact as well. That rule sticks. Battery, the plug is acceptable to change that though. And then the last biggest change for VXL is no cat packs, guys. All your cat packs that you guys use, need to take them out. No more cat packs except for what is on the actual Valenian ESC itself. It's already got 3 right there. So those are what is allowed. If you have any external cat packs, those need to go. No longer allowed. All right. So next is obviously the duck class. So there was no rule up there or anything on the previous rules for duck. So those rules are up there now. So typically how the duck class works, it is first round entry only. So if you race in the Valenian race and you're best out of 3 and you end up going out, you're automatically put into the duck class first round only. So first round losers, if you will. I hate saying it that way, but if you are a first round duck from Valenian, you go into the first round automatically in the first round of duck, and the same rules apply that are ran with the VXL rules. So race that's ran with VXL rules applies the same thing to duck, and you just fall into another bracket with that. And then addition, we're going to add a Valenian truck class. Everybody seems to be buying these drag slashes up, and we felt that it would be a good idea to introduce a truck class. It has to be a truck body only. With that, you can swap bodies onto your Valenian setup. So if you have a Valenian or a VXL car, Valenian car, now that you run and you've been running, what's that?
No, keep going.
And you have been running it, you can do 2 things. You can run that same chassis in the Valenian race and run it in the truck class race. You can run it in that, and you can just swap the body from, if you have a car body on the VXL one and you want to run truck, and you can just swap the bodies. you can do that, or you can build a second car for just truck. That is completely allowed. So you can swap, or you can build a separate car, but it has to be a truck body for the truck class, obviously. And then that race is also ran the same way as the Duck class and the Valenian VXL race. Same rules apply for both of those. We haven't decided yet if we were going to do a Duck class for the truck or
just combine the VXL with the truck, and
what's that?
Or run VXL, run truck, and then the first round losers on all of that.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So that was kind of an option where we run them both. It's a good idea. That was still kind of up in the air how we wanted to do that, because we want to give everybody the opportunity to be able to run more races than just go out first round. And it does suck, especially if you drive a couple hours away and you get there and you go out first round and there's nothing else to fall back on. So this gives everybody an opportunity to race a little bit more. We've all been there. I've been first round Ducks a lot, so I'm always a bridesmaid, never the bride. So, but I've had some good luck in the past. So I hope to give that good luck to everybody else as well to come out and race. So that might be a good idea. Is we do a Valenian race, we do our VXL race, and then we follow with truck, and then everybody from those can go into the Duck class. That would actually probably work out pretty good too. So, as far as racing guidelines, so it is 132 feet as always. Chip draw to do pairing, carpet burnout, and the carpet is provided by the race master. So I know people have been bringing their own carpet out and stuff, and we've been telling them no, you can't use that carpet because, unfortunately, guys, there's guys out there that are spraying their carpet and they're spraying it with stuff, and after they get tech, they go up to do their first round, and the tires are actually sticky. So we have eliminated that, and it is our carpet only that we are using. We are using an actual fiber style carpet. We've been using it through the whole series. It has no plastic in it, so it doesn't melt to the tire. It doesn't do any of that kind of garbage. It's actually a really good carpet. So that carpet is provided by us. It is an instant green, no time. Best of 3 passes. If you have not raced with us yet, the way that works is you are paired up with chip draw. You guys line up, you make a run, and then when you drive them back slowly, you switch lanes, you run again. If it needs to go to the best of 3, then you'll switch again. So wherever you start, if it's best of 3, you'll end up back in that lane if you have to run 3 rounds. But it works out really well. It gives somebody, an extra advantage. Some guys, they might cross or flip their car over in the first try, and it gives them an opportunity to try again or change something really quick. There is, obviously, as far as changing stuff, we had a rule where there was, once you're there, you cannot leave, which is still the rule. But what we're allowing is if you need to make a slipper adjustment, we are going to allow that at that time. You cannot run back to your pit to make the slipper adjustment. Some guys are still running slippers. Some are too loose, and it kind of ruins their whole round because it's slipping really bad. So we're giving those guys the opportunity. You must have the tool in your hand, and you can make a quick adjustment and try it again. So that we are adding that. There is a camera at start and finish line. And again, guys, the attendance rule is sticking. So you must be at 50% of the races. You can't show up at the first race and the last race and then win and then expect to be the championship, because you're not going to get crowned that way. So you got to be at all the races. If you do show up at the last race, just be sure, and you do end up winning, just so we're all under the same understanding that you're not going to be crowned a champion. It's going to follow the person that has attended. If that same person has made it to the races and they've been in all of them, or majority, over 50% of them, and you just show up and that other person is there with you as well into the finals, and you end up beating that person, you won't be crowned champion. The other person will be crowned champion. But you will. That's only in the championship race. If you come out and you run VXL and you win, then you win the VXL race, but not the championship. So again, guys, also no buy-in. So we're keeping it that way for a particular reason, because it helps everybody come out. It keeps the attendance high. We want you guys to come out and not have to be forking money out for stuff because you've already bought, an expensive hobby, got into it kind of an expensive hobby, but you just want to have fun. That's the whole point. Gratuity is accepted, obviously. You guys have been more than gracious coming out there and throwing some money in the bucket. And we greatly appreciate that, because that goes to different things and stuff to help this out and help us grow this. It doesn't go into our pocket. We have used it to help other people with their cars. If they needed tires or whatever, we've helped them. We've bought tires for them. You know, there's some people that are not as fortunate enough to be able to do this. So we do what we can to kind of help out others and get them into the hobby and have fun. So, and again, so the winner at the end of each race receives a winner's medal. So the end of every VXL race, you get a medal. And at the end of every duck race, you get a small rubber duck. You get to choose from a bag full of them, pick which one that you want.
I gotta replenish that.
Yeah, we've got to refill that up because we had a lot of ducks the last
awesome.
one, so which
That's
is
fun.
freaking cool. So again, guys, just to kind of recap quickly, no cat packs anymore, no more pro mod bodies, and no more big wings. Those are pretty much the three big rules that have been changed or added, if you will. No big wings, no cat packs, and no more pro mod bodies, guys. You need to have classic cars out there, classic hot rod, classic truck, and I think that was it.
Is it? We added the slipper.
Oh, and the slipper deal, yeah. So we added that in there, so that allow you to make some slipper adjustments in between your round. So if it's your race, you can go in and you can make a pass, and it's slipping too much, you're allowed to make an adjustment right then and there. That was not a rule before, or it was a rule before. You couldn't leave, you couldn't do anything. Now we're going to add that tool that you can have to help you out, because there were some guys at the last race that basically forfeited their race because the slipper needed an adjustment, something they forgot to do. So we want to be able to give those guys the opportunity to be able to fix that.
Just like you can go into your radio and make an adjustment there, it's the same thing. It's just a fine tune for the race. It's not a major change to where you're going to get a huge advantage, like changing out a battery to a fresh battery or anything otherwise.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because I mean, guys with the radios are allowed to make changes right there real quick, but why can't you go and make a slipper change? It's kind of the same thing. So,
and Kelly, yes, your bug body is fine.
Yes, but Kelly, your bug body is good. That's a classic.
Yeah, if you guys do have questions about bodies, whether it's pro mod, not pro mod, just message Jay or even myself, and we'll be able to tell you yes or no. But
yeah, I think that's it.
That's all I got.
Okay, cool. So if you guys have any questions, again, like Hannah said, hit us up. You can post up on the page as well. This video will be up on YouTube also, so be sure if you get up on YouTube to subscribe and share that. We do appreciate it. We're trying to get the subscriptions up on that page so we can start going live from YouTube at the races, which will be huge. I think we're close to 700 subscriptions so far, so we hit 1,000, we'll be able to really boost that up. So we appreciate you guys doing it. There's no money to us, guys. It's literally just to help us be able to do some more media with it as we go out. So yeah, I think that's it. And yeah, I'm good. Good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, guys. Thanks for checking us out. And we'll talk to everybody soon.